Welcome back to the 8:30 show. Our first topic today is regarding Maori lawmakers performed a haka in Parliament. Did you hear about that?
I saw a little bit about it here and there. Heard some chatter about it, but I haven't actually seen the full video. Um, so I haven't really, I don't know too much about it. I just seen it's been the buzz around social media, so haven't really seen much about it.
So it's been on TikTok, playing just back to back on my timeline. I love watching it because I feel it from like their it's from their soul, and I felt that, and they're fighting for their people, and I love to see it. So we have the video. Go ahead and play the video.
If 6 votes opposed.
Looked up their secret documents.
The House is suspended until the ringing of the bells. The gallery is to be cleared.
Clear the gallery. They tripping. They set tripping.
That was beautiful for me. That was beautiful. I thought, she was standing on business. Like, in the beginning, she starts off by saying, "Oh, governor or government, you're only but visitors here." Excuse me. You're only but visitors here, and I thought that was powerful because it's true. I mean, they've always been, they will always be, visitors from stolen land.
The colonizers.
Yeah.
The colonizers who took over the Maori people's lands.
Correct.
And now they're doing hakus because y'all motherfuckers taking our
Haka.
shit. Hakas because y'all motherfuckers taking our shit.
Her name, the girl that started it, her name is, I'm sorry, not the girl, the woman that started it. Her name is, I don't want to butcher it, but it's Hana-Rawhiti Maipi-Clarke. And I thought it was powerful. Here's an article from the New York Times. New Zealand's parliament was temporarily suspended on Thursday as Maori lawmakers performed a haka, a traditional group dance demonstrating their community's anger and fear over a bill that aims to reinterpret the country's founding treaty with its indigenous people.
Wait. A bill to reinterpret? That sounds like a bill to steal your land. That's what that sounds like. That sounds like, oh, we coming to take your land. We need that all. We need to get that all. That's what that sounds like. Reinterpret. That's bullshit. They're not reinterpreting anything. They're reinterpreting thievery.
Yeah, I know. During a first reading of the proposal, when the speaker asked Maori lawmaker Hana-Rawhiti Maipi-Clarke how her party, Te Pāti Māori, would vote on the principles of the Treaty of Waitangi Bill. Sorry, my accent just kicked in. She stood up, tore up what appeared to be her copy of the legislation, and started performing a haka. Now, I love that part because she ripped, like, the look on her face and just the way she ripped those papers up and threw them on the floor. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I love the entire thing. And like I said, it's been on my TikTok just playing because I keep liking it. Every time I hear it or every time I see it, I'm like, I love it. I love it because that's, for me, that's they're proud of their people, they love their people, and they're standing for their people. And I love to see that because not everybody does that.
Yeah,
Especially, you know, in our culture, mine and yours. You know, there's always fighting against each other, killing each other, always something, you know, they've turned us against each other type of thing.
those fucking vile colonizers stealing the land of the people.
You know, so it's a beautiful thing to see. And you know, island people are very united. They're very they love where they're from, and they take care of their land.
Yeah.
And that's so wonderful to see. When we went to Hawaii,
Yeah.
I loved going to Hawaii because you can tell that they love their island.
Yeah.
You can tell that they love their people. They love everything about it, and they're all about taking care of it. And anyone who's disrespectful is going to either get called out or get their ass whooped
Yeah.
by somebody, especially if you fuck with an elder. Like, that's a whole other thing. But yeah, I love to see this.
Yeah. I'm not surprised that the island people stick together like they do. It's a lot of brotherhood and sisterhood with island people. I mean, they live on an island, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So you got to, no matter what, you still live there, so you got to maintain your island. So
And they're in New Zealand. I can't talk
Yeah.
today. They're in New Zealand, and yeah, this is about their land, and you know, they're trying to come and do some wicked shit.
steal their land. So what else we got with this?
So she
article
was
here.
joined by other opposition members on the floor, as well as people in the gallery overlooking the chamber. The speaker, Jerry Brownlee, temporarily stopped the session. Miss Maipi-Clarke, who performed the Haka in Parliament after she was elected last year, was suspended over the protest, which Mr. Brownlee described as disrespectful. The Treaty of Waitangi, signed by Maori chiefs and the British Crown in 1840, is
Jesus.
considered New Zealand's founding document. It forms the basis of the laws and policies aimed at redressing historical wrongs against the Maori by colonizers.
Right there, by the colonizers, right there, black and white, the colonizers. They try to steal your land. Don't let them steal your land.
But a political party known as ACT, the most right-wing member in the conservative coalition government, says it wants equal rights for all, and that special provisions for people based on their ethnic origin have been divisive for New Zealand society. This month, ACT introduced the bill, which experts say could severely damage race relations and undo decades of work aimed at redressing historical wrongs against the Maori people by colonizers. It has already stoked racial tensions in the country. Maori make up roughly 20% of New Zealand's 5.3 million people. They experience material hardship, have worse health indicators, and are incarcerated at much higher rates than the population at large.
So what I'm hearing,
That sounds very familiar.
is it sounds like they are being treated like us out here in America.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. And when I mean to us, I mean us as in the poors. The poors. Yeah, they over there doing something slick. That's
Yeah,
what
they
they're
are.
doing. And they got that Haka on purpose. You know what comes after the Haka? The ass kickings. The ass kickings come next. Be warned.
So thousands of people protested the bill by marching across the nation to Wellington, the capital, this week, according to local media. The National Party, the main center-right political party in New Zealand, and the senior member of the governing coalition, has tried to distance itself from the bill. The
Yeah, I
party
bet.
leaders had agreed to introduce the bill when they formed the alliance with ACT. Lawmakers voted to advance the bill on Thursday, but the legislation is unlikely to progress further or become law. You do not go and negate with a single stroke of a pen 184 years of debate and discussion with the bill that I think is very simplistic, Prime Minister Christopher Luxon told reporters on Thursday ahead of the first reading. Mr. Luxon, who belongs to the National Party, said he wanted the bill to be voted down in the second reading.
Yeah, well, good for him.
That was amazing, though.
He's good for him.
I I love that video. Like I said, it's just on my timeline. It's like back to back. So I just keep liking it and it just keeps popping up. And I love seeing her get up there and just, you know, she's serious. Like it's just, you could see her people.
Let's get it. Let's get it one more time. Let's get it one more time, people. One more time.
6 votes opposed.
She was pissed off. The slapping hand came up.
The lady next to her smiling. She looks so proud. Look at her ripping. Look at the way she throws it.
Fuck your bill. This shit out of here.
I love this so much. And they're over here all pissed off, like shaking their heads. Shake your big ass water head, like
colonizer.
They are trying to fight for their people, just like everyone at some point tries to fight for their people.
Well, I mean, it's their land, and you came over here and you're taking their land. Anybody who has their land taken should be able to fight for it. And they're trying to do it peacefully and respectfully and using their heritage in that fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're trying to do it the right way.
No, absolutely.
You know?
I love, like I said, I love it. I love that where they did it. I love what they did. And it just, I felt proud of them, you know, for doing that because no one does that.
Yeah. That was very prideful of the people that did that dance in Parliament, and it had a very powerful point that they made, and the ripping of the bill,
for sure,
symbolism of that, and throwing it on the ground, and like, you know, it's just it's powerful. It was a powerful demonstration.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I loved it.
And I don't think she should have been suspended, but whatever.
No, I mean they were gonna do what they were gonna do because they can, you know, and they weren't going to let that slide.
Because they was like, y'all in Parliament showing your ass. We're going to have to at least suspend you. You know, but whatever. I mean, good for them. Good for them people.
I mean, it's everywhere. Yeah. It's everywhere. And if you haven't seen it, you've seen it now. Yeah. It's everywhere. And I keep seeing it on my TikTok and I'm just liking it. So it could just keep going and just keep, you know, playing.
I hope that, what they're looking for gets resolved as far as open dialogue, and it doesn't go to something violent. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely.
I wish them well on their journey, and yeah, they got my support. Like, can't be coming over here taking my land. What's wrong with you? What's wrong? People get killed for less. You know what I mean? So. What's wrong with you? We gonna sit down and talk about it, or we gonna leave it alone? Like, how you gonna have something that's been in play for all these hundred of years, and now you want to be like, oh, let's redo this. We want to redress this. Man, get out of here. And these people are being, from what it sounded like from the article, like they're the minorities. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They got the worst
on their own land. They're the minority.
They got the worst health care. They got the worst of this. They got the worst of that. Highest incarceration. Man, come on. I'm with these people. I don't know how to do a haka, but I'll bring the beat.
Yeah.
So
that was that. I thought that was an interesting thing that came across my desk, and I wanted to talk about it because I thought it was great. It was wonderful. It was beautiful. I loved every moment of it.
Yeah.
Every time I hear her voice, I feel pride for them, you know, like it's great.
She brought out that Maori pride for sure. Mm-hmm. That's a tongue twister to say. I had to say that one slow. I didn't have a stroke this time.
I couldn't say Maori lawmakers.
All right. Moving along to the next thing. I got a couple of things. I don't have a couple of things. I lied. I have two things. I have a mention. We haven't been on the air for about a week and a half. A couple of things have gone down, and one of the first things that have gone down, we do have a new president. Donald Trump is now the 47th president Kamala Harris lost. To be honest, I was not shocked. I was not shocked that she lost, only because I feel that she was never
She hasn't been present.
that correct.
She's been very, very, very low key.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until Biden dropped out that she's been, now she's doing the rounds. Like, I haven't really seen press on her. I haven't really seen much. I mean, when Obama was in office, I saw more of his wife than I did of Biden. You know what I mean? Like, I saw more of her.
Yeah.
And that's his wife.
Yeah.
So,
well, my thing was, when she ran back in, 2020, she dropped out then. She didn't have the following that she was trying to get in the Democratic Party. And she dropped out. I thought it was a good thing for her when Biden took her on as the VP.
Yeah.
Because to me, it was like her, what is business card to presidency? Because most vice presidents, they become the nominee anyway,
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, great. That'll be good for her. But then she pulled a Casper the Ghost and disappeared, and I hadn't seen her. She'd do pop-ups every so often. I'd be like, oh, okay. And then when Biden dropped out of the race and she took over, I'm like, okay, cool. But I didn't see it going her way, because I just don't feel like people really cared for her. It was good to see. I hope that one day we will see a female president. I wouldn't mind seeing that in my lifetime. And like I told people, I am ready to see a female or a woman president. I just think that she was not the right woman.
I hear you. I would have liked to have seen her as president, just because we've already seen Donald Trump in action.
You don't want to see the remix?
No, I do not. But it doesn't matter. He's in now.
Yeah.
She's out, and it is what it is. What can we do? Nothing.
Yeah.
But ride this crusty, dusty, fucking sharp ass wave till it crashes down and he's done.
Just, ride the lightning. You got to ride the lightning.
4 years. I mean, we kind of know what he's about. So at least we know what's coming. He's going to do all kinds of crazy shit, and we're just going to have to deal with it, for the next 4 years. And hopefully someone else, not JD Vance, but
well, he's
hopefully
VP, so he'll be the
hopefully in the next 4 years or after Trump, we'll get somebody that will come in and undo all this bullshit that's gone on and all these laws that he claims he's going to put into effect. And the abortion laws, I mean, I don't understand how men have any say in a woman's body. I don't understand, like, if it's such an issue, like, get a vasectomy, and men aren't willing to do that, but they want women to not be able to take care of themselves, whether it be rape or whatever, some type of violation. Like, we should be able to make that decision for ourselves if we want to continue with the pregnancy. And I know it's not something that people believe in, but sometimes it has to be done to save someone's life. And I don't agree with that at all, but a lot of people don't, and a lot of people are for it.
On that note with the abortion, my stance is, if a woman wants to have an abortion, I don't care. If she doesn't want to have an abortion, I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't think it should be up to anybody other than the person or the other party to have that discussion with their doctor. What my beliefs is and what I feel is right or wrong has nothing and no merit on the next person. If people believe it's an immoral thing or it's against religion, well, let those people deal with God themselves. You know what I mean? Why are you worried about them? But
you got too many people worried about what everyone else is doing with their bodies in their homes. Like,
Yeah.
you know, if no one's screaming murder and they're not in danger, get the fuck out of their house
Yeah.
and get the fuck out of their body.
Yeah.
Like, why are you making decisions for these people if they want to be a man, a woman, a cat, a dog? Like, that's their fucking problem. How is that affecting me?
Yeah.
How is it affecting you? You know, I have to look at it. Then look away. Go away. Why do you have to stand there and watch?
Yeah.
You know, it's like someone's drowning and a pool of people show up and no one's jumping in the pool to save them, but they're filming, but they're watching. Even when there wasn't cameras, like I was watching a TV show from the 80s just the other day, and this woman is in LA. It's 1987. She's in LA. She's pregnant. She's on the ground. She's crying, screaming because she's in labor.
Yeah.
Everybody has encircled her, but no one's helping her but one woman. And there's like 30 people surrounding her. There were no cameras back then. There were no phone cameras. Everyone's just watching.
There wasn't no Polaroid,
There wasn't no
shake it like
there
a
wasn't
Polaroid.
no one to help. And then of course the main guy, Hunter. Rick Hunter.
It says Hunter for hire.
It is Hunter. He comes on the scene. He's like, "Oh, what's going on here?" Because he's a cop. He's a LAPD detective.
Got right to
He's
action.
like, "Yep, he sure did." He was like, "Oh, let me help you. You know, okay, sweetheart, we're gonna call 911. Yada yada."
Did he take his jacket off?
People move away. Give her some room. You know, but that's the thing. Like even without cameras, people were just standing there gawking, and that's what happens in real life. That's what happened before. You know, before cameras. Now everybody's filming it and we're watching it from fucking home.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just,
Well, you know, speaking of filming, there was something that was filmed this past weekend. Friday to be exact.
Sorry for the ones who were buffering. That's fucked up.
Netflix put on the Jake Paul and Tyson fight. And let me tell you, it was a really good fight. Not that, the event. Let me scratch that. It was a really good event. I did enjoy the event. I did not like the first fight. First fight was ass. The second fight was great. It was a championship bout. That was cool. I think you were busy doing something else. But then
Cooking.
but then we went on and got into the girls. Them girls was
Serrano won. Serrano won.
It was throwing them. They was throwing them. Yeah, I believe that Serrano won as well. I think she was robbed. I feel like at the very minimum, they should have gotten a draw, and they should have had to run it back, because there was a point deduction for a headbutt. Regardless of how anyone feels about, oh, they weren't headbutting, this is how they fight, and you know, they both lead with their head, whatever. She got a point taken from a headbutt. And just like if a fighter gets knocked down, typically the fight goes the other way. It goes to the person that didn't get knocked down. And I feel like Serrano should have gotten that off of that, or a draw. Because the girl was still both what's her name, Katie Taylor, she was still throwing, you know what I mean, she was still throwing, but whatever.
I feel like Serrano won. Did you see that shit? She kept going for that cut. That shit looked like somebody came with a knife and sliced the steak. It was crazy.
Yeah, it looked like to me it looked like someone sliced the chicken breast open.
That shit looked like steak.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like Serrano won. I saw the headbutts like all the time throughout the whole fight. She was headbutting. Like I don't understand how they don't see that. Like how are they not seeing that?
Yeah.
You know, and one point it should have been more than that. I mean, based off what I saw. But you know, whatever.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, they were kind of both leading at times, so some of the head clashes were accidental, but the fact that the point was deducted against Taylor,
not enough,
should to me lets me believe that she should have gotten the draw, not the W. You know, I'm willing to
I
give
agree.
that.
I agree. I think Serrano won, period.
Yeah, I did too.
She did great. She was out there doing her thing. I'm not saying the other one didn't. What's her name?
Katie Taylor.
Katie Taylor. I don't think she wasn't doing her thing. She was doing her thing, but I feel there was a lot of headbutt from her and
A lot of fouls.
yeah.
A lot of fouls.
I don't think she earned that.
So after the fight, you know, they do the ring talk, and yeah, they were there. Her camp was not happy about it. She talked
Oh.
shit about it. You know,
He called her a big head.
yeah, called her, yeah. A lot of disparaging words
Yeah.
against Taylor about headbutting.
I mean, they're angry because she should have won that.
Yeah. But the problem I have with that is the next day, Serrano gets on Twitter and backtracks that shit. Like,
Yeah.
she didn't stand on it. Like, stand on that shit. Come on, man. Like you said that shit. You got your eye all banged the fuck up over that shit.
Yeah,
You
but
said
you
it,
know,
stand on it.
sponsors and yada yada, you know.
Everybody saw that. It was clear as day.
I know it was clear as day. I know, you know, they know, but her sponsors don't know. And they don't want that kind of heat on them.
Yeah, well, it looks bad for her because it shows a sign of poor sportsmanship. But
And I think she did great in regards to sportsmanship.
correct.
She came, it was her people that were like talking all that shit. She just kind of stood there and was like doing her thing. Like, yeah, I'm here. I
She was
did
like,
this.
that part.
You
that
know,
part.
I did this. This is me. And
Yeah.
that was it. She wasn't talking shit. I don't recall her trash talking. It was her fucking coach, person, manager, whatever the fuck he was. He was talking shit. I'm with that. I'm
was
with
standing
it.
all on the business.
Talk that shit. Fuck
So-
that shit.
So then we get to the main event, the last fight of the night, and yeah, I was let down. I'm not mad about it, but I was let down because I wanted to see a lot more than what I got to see. You know what I mean? So I tell you this, I wasn't upset about it like a lot of people are. But let's get to some of these highlights. I got a highlight reel that I found on ESPN. Let's get into it. I believe he had some ulcers, as we all know. Jake Paul wins it. I'll play it so everybody can see it who hadn't seen it. Which, if you have Netflix,
what?
it's free.
I'm sure everybody saw it.
Yeah,
Even the ones that were buffering.
yeah.
I'm sorry, did they call him El Gallo?
Yeah, he's the El Gallo. He is El Gallo Paul. So
So why not just call yourself the Rooster?
don't ruin the Alice in Chains song for me, because then he'll come out to that shit.
No, but I'm saying, like, why not just call yourself the Rooster? Why El Gallo? Is he Hispanic?
No, he ain't Hispanic. He's
So he's just...
Caucasian. He's from the Caucasus Mountains.
Well, you know, they could be blonde and blue-eyed in Mexico. There's blonde, blue-eyed. There's indios. That's what they call them. Me,
Negritos.
I'm dark and you know, dark hair, indio, and then there's black Mexicans or Hispanics.
Negritos.
You know, what they want to call Afro Latinos. Some are not. Some don't claim that. You know,
Yeah.
whatever. But that's why I'm asking, because maybe he's Hispanic and I'm over here thinking he's white. I don't know.
Him and his brother Jake moved to, I think it's Puerto Rico. I think it's, or the Dominican Republic. One of those. I don't remember exactly. They moved over there because it's from what I understand, the rumors allegedly it's cheaper on taxes for the amount of money that they have. So it's a way for them to, you know.
Time to move. You know, I'm all about them taxes. Fuck them taxes.
That's a legitimate way to do a little bit of evasion.
Let's sell this motherfucking house and we out.
But allegedly,
Yeah.
leave me alone, allegedly. but yeah, so no, he's not. He's Caucasian from the Caucasus Mountains.
I see. I heard something, but I thought it was like a middle name or a last name, but I wasn't sure what I was hearing, and I just heard it right now. I was like, wait, is he calling himself El Gallo?
Yeah. So the problem I have with this, for the things that I liked about the fight, I liked to see Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is my favorite childhood boxer. That's the era that I grew up in.
Yeah.
That's the era that what I saw. I saw Iron Mike. I saw the vicious knockouts in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
You know, I like Muhammad Ali, but that's not my era. You know what
No,
I
I
mean?
get that.
So
He's one of the greats.
yeah, so I didn't think that he was gonna win the fight. I thought this was gonna go to like the cars or maybe a draw or something like that, because 8 rounds, 2 minutes, they got on pillow gloves, you know. It's everything seems more exhibition style than
Yeah.
professional, even though that they did get it sanctioned. So I say all that to say I wasn't disappointed on the fight. I was disappointed because of the last fight I saw Mike in was with Roy
How long ago was that?
a couple of years ago.
Couple.
Yeah, I want to say like 2-3 years maybe.
Okay.
To now, and I know he did have a medical situation where he had to get transfusions, and he thought he was going to die, and he said basically that he had to like double up training just to get back into shape so he can make it on this date. That being said, again, I was disappointed because I wanted to see the Roy Jones Mike Tyson fighting Jake Paul, not this version of Mike fighting Jake.
No, I understand. I think his medical history, as of late, has affected him, and that's why we saw what we saw. I think he did good for the issues that
Absolutely.
he's having. Yeah, he was weak in the legs. Like you could see it from the beginning. I was like, wait, what's happening? Like it's not happening. So hold on. So yeah, I saw it from the get-go, but at that point it was for entertainment.
Yeah.
It wasn't for real,
Yeah.
because I feel that at the end he was like, they've treated me well and they've done this and they've been good to me and yada yada, and I'm just like, okay, so there's no beef here.
Yeah.
This was planned. This is not, I don't want to call it rigged. I want to call it planned, because I feel like he gave what he could.
Yeah.
And the other guy, what's his name? Jake Paul. He I think it was such an honor for him. Like you can genuinely see he was honored to do this. And yeah, I thought it was good for entertainment purposes. Yeah. For sure. It wasn't a real fight though.
No, I don't feel like it was a real fight. I don't feel like Mike was even.
We were all hoping.
Yeah. Well, I was hoping, like I said, to see Mike from Roy Jones. I wasn't hoping to see Mike from age 20 to 25.
I know.
Or even 30 to 35-year-old Mike. I was hoping to see the Roy that fought the Mike that fought Roy. That Mike had he had a lot of bounce in his step. He had a lot of
for sure.
agility. He didn't seem
People
mobile.
age.
Yeah.
He has aged, and you could see it up there. He got, I'm sorry, Mike, but you got the old man body, you know? You got the old man body going on, and like Stallone, you know. I love Stallone. I love him. Have always loved him. But now when you watch him in, what's it called? Tulsa King. Man, he got the old man body like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like the rib cage is out, you know. I mean, still a big man, still, you know.
Still Stallone.
Still Stallone, yeah.
But old Stallone.
Old Stallone. Sorry, Stallone. I love you, but damn.
Old Stallone.
It happens.
Not
It happens.
Not obsolete, just old.
Yeah. One of these days we're gonna start showing wrinkles.
So yeah, in that regard, I was happy because like I said, I got to see Mike fight regardless of what age
it was cool.
It was
I had a great time.
entertaining. I wasn't mad at the outcome. Now, in regards to Jake Paul, I'm ready to see him fight some more real fighters of his age, of his caliber. He's already fought Tommy Fury, and he lost to Tommy Fury. Well, let's fight through the ranks.
Well, what's his name? Is it
Gervonta Davis?
Yeah, he was calling him a piece of shit on X or something. I don't know. I saw it the next day. And then he's Jake Paul. I keep having to see his name because I don't remember. Jake Paul is talking about fighting McGregor. I would like to see that, just to see. I don't feel McGregor is gonna do it just to.
He might do it just to get the money, but let me
No, not to get the money. I feel like he would actually go in there and fuck his ass up. That's how much I believe in McGregor, but
I think I don't know about McGregor. He's not really a boxer. He's a
yeah, but he said MMA.
Yeah, I don't think he should do that. I think that was just shit talking. He should stay with boxing. And he don't want no parts of Gervonta Davis, and he definitely don't want no parts of Canelo Alvarez, because they're not gonna put on the exhibition.
Oh, I know they're not.
They're gonna swing them.
I know they are.
They're gonna let.
And I think that's why Gervonta Davis, because he wants that bag too. Because it comes, fighting this guy looks like it comes with a bag.
Well, yeah.
So he wants that bag, but he also wants to show him what's up.
Let me tell you something.
Tell me
Mike
something.
Tyson did that too. Was it Larry Holmes when he beat Larry Holmes? I think it was Larry Holmes who fought Muhammad Ali. I could be wrong. People in the comments correct me. Mike Tyson was pissed off at how I think it was Larry Holmes did to Ali. Ali was an old man at the time. He was already diagnosed with Parkinson's, and he put the hammers to him, and it wasn't supposed to be that. Like, everybody knew he was gonna win, but don't try to kill this man. Like, don't try to beat this man.
Don't try to showboat.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing the way I see it from Gervonta Davis by you saying that is, he's looking at it like, that's my hero, and you in there fighting my hero. He's an old man. That's Pops. You know what I mean? That's Pops. Why you beating on Pops?
I understand that.
You know what I mean? So if Paul got some nuts under that chin, he should take that fight. Gervonta's a smaller man.
We'll see.
He's got the height and weight advantage over him.
Look, for me, it's like that video that I told you
But
about.
You don't want them problems.
It's that video that I told you about where the old man gets in the ring with the young guy, and the young guy thinks he's hot shit, and he's about to fuck this old man up, and the old man came with the old 1-2 and he was done. And and I feel like experience has a lot to do with that.
Yeah. And I feel like Mike Tyson didn't go hard. Like, I don't feel like Mike Tyson
gave his all.
Yeah. When they entered the ring, and they were doing the stare down, Mike really wasn't looking at him, wasn't really staring at him. Old Mike would stare pierce into your soul, and take you by your soul before the bell rings. He wasn't really he wasn't there.
I totally agree with you there.
But that's not this Mike. You know what I mean? Yeah. This Mike, I feel like this Mike had. I think what Mike Tyson was doing was, he still felt like he had those last couple of fights, and he wants to at least get in the ring and do it. And for him, like he said, the accomplishment for him was just getting into the ring, to have the guts to get back out there, to take the punches, to do it.
My theory is that he was going to go in and do his thing, but then he got sick and shit happened, and now it's a matter of like, all right, I want to do this, but I can't do this.
I can't push it.
Yeah, like, I'll give it what I got, but
I ain't taking it to 10.
And some people are saying that the reason he would bite the glove was because he wanted him to take it easy on him. That every time he bit the glove, it was for Jake Paul to slow down. Yeah. That's the theory. I don't know. You know, all I know is I enjoyed myself. I made a great dinner. We enjoyed ourselves watching all the fights except for the one that I missed because I was cooking. But you
I
know,
mean, all in all, even if Jake Paul was taking it easy on Mike, I'm okay with that because I didn't want to see Mike Tyson get beaten to a bloody pulp by a younger
that
guy.
too.
You know, so I really don't even think that it should have been ranked. You know what I mean? I think it should have just been a good exhibition, a sparring match, because that's what
It
it
was
looked
great.
like. But I was entertained, and if you're
Yeah.
going to look at it for an entertainment aspect,
Yeah.
like WWE or WWF, then yeah, it was great.
I thought it was great entertainment.
Yeah,
I was entertained and I was happy to see him, and halfway through I knew what I was looking at and I was okay with it. And you know, he's up there doing his thing and I loved it, you know.
and like I said, like I had been telling people all week before the fight, and they were asking me if I was going to watch, and I was letting them know, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I said, but what I'm really watching it for, and at the time I didn't know who they were on the card with this fight, was the undercard. I was more interested in the undercard fights because I know that those fights were going to be real legitimate fights, except for the first one. The first one sucked, but yeah,
No, it's I was entertained.
yeah.
And we buffered a couple times in the beginning, but it was
We didn't lose out.
yeah, we didn't.
We
We
didn't
watched the whole
lose out.
thing. So yeah, it was entertaining
Yeah.
for sure.
It was a good fight. Good night of boxing. Good night of exhibition. Watching Tyson get out there and strut his stuff again. I enjoyed it. And if he got that bag, then great.
Yeah,
No.
I'm happy for him.
Although the slap, I thought I was going to get a little bit something more with that after the slap, and I did. I got to see Iron Ass.
Oh my God. That's right. He did give us Iron Ass.
Yeah,
That was hilarious.
got a little piece of Iron Ass.
Yeah, I
for
was not
visuals.
expecting to see that. And when he turned around and walked away, I was like, oh my God.
Cameraman
What
was
the
on
fuck?
point with the Iron Ass.
That was great.
Yeah.
Great
Thanks, Mike.
entertainment.
Thanks, Mike.
He's always been somewhat of a riddle.
Yeah.
Because he's, you know, he's always done something interesting.
Every era has a great heavyweight boxer. And for me, Mike Tyson was that great heavyweight boxer. Before that,
For
you know,
sure.
people had Ali. After Mike, you know, we had Lennox Lewis, we had Evander Holyfield, we had a few others after that. Not as great as the '90s, you know, but
No, but you always have, there's that one, like Ali,
yeah,
you know.
Tyson,
That's what I'm saying.
Holyfield, Lennox Lewis,
No, but I feel like
the household names.
I hear you, but for me, like Ali and Tyson their star is brighter.
They're icons.
Yeah.
They
Not
were-
trying to take away from Holyfield. I'm not trying to take away from, you know, anybody else.
They're
I
icons.
just feel like their stars are brighter.
Yeah, they were icons. They were, to me, they were bigger than the sport.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they brought light to the sport.
Yeah, everybody
they were-
wanted to watch Tyson. Everybody. I mean, I remember everybody was just like, "Oh shit, Tyson's fighting. Yeah, we're in."
You didn't
And
have
you
a bet.
knew you were going to win if you bet on him. You knew.
The bet was, what round is he gonna get dropped
Yeah.
in?
Yep.
It wasn't I'm a bet on, you know, Tyson versus the other person. It's what round do you think Tyson gonna drop him in?
Yeah.
And that's where you bet. But yeah, it was a good night. Good
Yeah,
night.
it was
I
a good
enjoyed
night.
it.
I enjoyed it.
So, that's all I got.
All right.
You got anything else?
Peace.
Peace.